Hello again. Welcome once more to my study, where, as ever, you find me with a book. I've still got that one, The Haunted Places of Hampshire, Ian Fox. One with the apparition there of a lady. Is it a lady or a witch? By the mantelpiece there, look at that. Here we have our settled on Breamore House, where the ghost's appearance presages the owner's death. Haunted Places of Hampshire. Look at that. Fancy a stroll around there, after midnight, over a weekend, with the thunderstorm in the background. Breamore House. Let's have a look. Breamore. Can we need some lubrication before we get here? Splendid. Are you sitting comfortably? Then I will begin. On the edge of the New Forest, just north of Fordingbridge, lies the ancient and picturesque village of Breamore. Pronounce it Bremer, if you wish to please the locals. Besides a flint-walled church built nearly 1,000 years ago, wow, its treasures include mysterious mizmays and a beautiful Elizabethan manor house, both of which are haunted. A mysterious mizmays. So let's just call that a maze, where you can easily get lost in. A mysterious mizmays, which is haunted, and a beautiful Elizabethan manor house, both of which are haunted. No one knows who cuts the intricate mizmays. Definitely a maze, just a maze 30 yards wide into the downland turf. Some authorities say it dates from prehistoric times. Wow. But it is more likely to be of medieval origin, which is basically just as good, isn't it, really? When it comes to being interesting, yes. Augustine monks from the long demolished priory that once stood on the hill knew the maze well, for here they did penance for their misdeeds, shuffling painfully on bare knees over the hard chalk. Misdemeanant monks had to find their way to the centre of the maze and back again. Wow, I see. The monks are long gone, but echoes of their cruel punishment linger. Stand near the mizmays in the half-light of dusk or dawn, and you may hear painful groans and sighs and soft shuffling noises as the ghostly penitents relive their ordeal. Breamore House is the home of Mr. Edward Hulse, as it has been to 9 generations of his family. His ancestor, Sir Edward Hulse, bought the house from Lord Brooke in 1748, acquiring a ghost and an accursed painting into the bargain. The plot thickens. Let's press on, shall we? An express stipulation of the sale was that a certain picture must remain hanging at Breamore House forever. According to legend, death within a day comes to whom even touches the 390-year-old portrait of William Doddington's wife, Christian. Doddington personally supervised the building of Breamore House, completed in 1583. The Doddington family occupied it until 16 1660, when it passed with its only surviving grandchild, Anne, upon her marriage to Robert Greville, Lord Brooke. His descendant later sold Breamore to Sir Edward. On the page, as Mr. Hulse told me, the Doddingtons were an ill-fated family. Suicide and matricide blighted their lives. On April the 11th, 1600, sick with worry over a lawsuit pending in the Star Chamber, William Doddington went up to St. Sepulchre's steeple, threw himself over the battlements, and break his neck. It is a 1604 portrait of Mrs. Doddington dressed in mourning clothes after her husband's suicide, which carries the curse. Let's have a quick look. There is an illustration of that. That's the picture that, according to legend, carries the curse. I hope it doesn't carry on here. The Breamore house. Yeah, let's show the two together. There's the house. Look at that. Look at those typical Tudor tall chimney pots there, and the gables there that the Victorians emulated. And there's the haunted picture. Let's have a look. The picture which carries the curse. James I knighted their son, William, in 1603, but 26 years later the family suffered further tragedy when William's wife was murdered in Breamore House by their own son. Henry Doddington paid the penalty at the end of the hangman's noose at Winchester Gaol in 1630. Lady Doddington's ghost haunts the Blue Bedroom, where her murder is said to have occurred. Breamore is open to the public, and over the years staff and visitors have felt a presence in the room, sometimes accompanied by that. The page. Inexplicable marked drop in temperature, customarily associated with a haunting, and the shiver that goes with the haunting. I felt that here many a time. Anyway, the Phantom Lady herself, dressed in period costume, rarely appears, much to the relief of the Hulse family. Edward Hulse told me it is said if you see the ghost, the owner of Breamore House will die. Several people have felt it recently, but fortunately none have seen it. They've just felt it, felt the presence, but not actually seen it. The portrait of Lady Doddington's mother-in-law still hangs in the Great Hall, in accordance with Lord Brooke's condition of sale. Clearly, the Hulse family respect the legend that whoever touches it will die that day. Edward Hulse again. Our staff are expressly told not to touch the portrait. To do so would be tempting Providence, and I would feel guilty if anything happened. Certainly, I think it would be very unlucky to move it, so that it's absolutely steeped in superstition, you know, there with that particular statement. Only 2 people are known to have flouted this advice since World War II. One man decided to put the legend to the test. Depressed over an illness, he deliberately touched the old portrait in a bizarre suicide attempt. He survived, but Mr. Hulse also told me about the new handyman who either ignored or overlooked the warning about 30 years ago. He dusted the picture. Later the same day, while erecting a television aerial at his home, he fell from the roof and was killed. There we go, that's the end of the story. Legend, superstition, carries on to this day. There's the haunted picture that still hangs. And there's the house, Breamore House. in Hampshire. Nice to see you. Hope to see you again. Come and say hello, and come and have a listen. And you never know what's round the corner in this life we share. Hope to see you again. Forever the tea. Nice it is too. And so are you. See you again soon. Until we meet again, farewell for now. Bye bye.